Hi, in this video we're going to talk about how to use the Python script to control your agent behavior. And let's first open our example file, the sample 63, the noise logic 1. This is our initial thing we usually use. You can see that there are several actions inside and a simple decision here, the walk, and there's an action sentence that plays the action walk. And the first things we are going to use the Maya object control the behavior of our agents. Let's place our agents and playback. You can see that this is simply walk cycle, nothing special. And the first thing we're going to create a cube like this. We're going to use the translate y and control the behavior of this agent. Let's do that, and let's just put that to 0. And write a script in the script editor. Let's rename it. Define a new function. This cube height, and let's get the attribute of this y. cmds.getAddr p cube 1.ty. And the result should be a variable. And let's return this value. And select this and click this run. You can redefine this function. And we're going to create a logic and make this the y-axis, the control, the behavior of our agent. Let's create this first node control. And then let's just enable an input and select the Python and MEL. So you can see that there's this Python and this is MEL. So the both of them is okay. The test range is different. Let's just use this one. And here let's just copy and this function name to this place. Please do not write the command directly here. You should always define this function in the script editor, and then the return value is greater than, for example, 20. So this function will return the height of this the cube, and if this cube is greater than 20, and let our agent execute, for example, play the action. Playback action stand. Okay, let's run our simulation and see what will happen. The agent will walk if the translate y is 0, and let's move that to the 17.7. Oh, we need to make the priority to higher than this walk, because this walk action is 1, and we need to specify this, for example, the 1.5. Okay, at this time, let's run the simulation again. You can see that your agent will stand, and if we just move this down, it will the agent will start move again and make it up. So at this time, we use the Python command, this simple Python command, and control the behavior of agents. And the next thing, we're going to use the Python to get some randomize for our agents. For example, we're going to use a variable here as an input. df change color agent ID. We're going to pass a variable, the agent ID, to this sentence and to this function. And if the agent ID is greater than 3 and agent ID less than 6, it's return 99, and else return 0. So let's select that and click this button and define this function. And we're going to use an variable, so we need to create a variable. Let's create a variable, and inside of this node agent ID var. And any one of the input sentence can be a variable. At this time, we need to use the ID. So I will select my ID and delete the range test part and hit enter. And change this from the regular mode to the expression mode. And the expression mode will transfer the ID value to the directly to the output. And let's just set the my attribute, and let's delete the value part. Please do not delete the value, the keyword here, and let's just change that AID. And this is, we just transfer my ID to the agent ID, the AID variable. So AID is kind of variable, so let's just make that underscore var, so indicate this is a kind of variable. And we're going to use this variable, pass that into the Python command. So let's create the second Python command, Python control node, change color here, and the input should be the my and Python here. The Python name should be like this, change color, and we needed to fill the variable here. We needed to keep the format as the $sign and the bracket, and they put the name here AID because we create an AID in this node. Please notice this is an expression mode. We directly pass this result to this variable. I'm sorry, this should be AID underscore var. So here, and this value is you can see that it's greater than 0. It should be execute something. So let's just change the test range, the greater than 1. So you can see that the agent ID is from 3 to 6. We return the value 99 and then activate the sentence, and it will execute something. For example, let's change the color. Set my color full, and let's run the simulation. You can see that there are 2 agents changed the color to the green, and if we just change this, which is the 4 and 5, if we change that to the 10 and select and redefine that again, you can see that there are more agents will be turned into the green, and this is still working. And of course you can change the input sentence to others. All of this should be okay. For example, let's just change this to the noise ID. You know, the noise ID is actually return a value between 0 and 1 based on you're seeing the agent ID and randomly. So let's just delete the range test part and hit enter, and this will return 0 and 1 based on the agent ID. And let's just change this the function define, and these times we should the float number, and this float number is greater than the 0.7. It will execute something. Let's define that. Click this, and at this time let's run the simulation again. You can see that the randomly agent, which the return value from the random noise ID, which is greater than 0.7, the greater than 0.7 will deactivate the sentence and execute the output change color. And let's just change this about 5. It will select about 50% of the agents inside of this thing. Let's run the simulation again. You can see that about half of your agents that change the color. So this is introduction for the Python command control the behavior, and how to use the expression mode to transfer the input result of the sentence to the variable and fill this variable into the parameter of the function. Okay, thank you for watching. See you next time.